Can I help?
Yeah, thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
And then what we'll do is we'll just take a tour and then we'll do the quick program. So if you just follow me.
Probably virtually. Yeah.
So this is, so this is a collaboration.
Can I have a couple more?
Ladies, you want to so the whole goal.
The label is open.
And over here is our dental. Exactly. All right. So, here a little bit about points. I wanted to do so. And we have a couple people here from LabCorp and Dr. Mazza. Frank Mazza is here from Hudson County. I'm really grateful. But what this does is we've always had a long-term relationship with Same Sky, Cristobal. We've always had a long-term relationship with Same Sky, and part of it is Same Sky provided training for our women, which was so critically important, and enabled women to work, enabled women to have the financial resources to continue their education. And candidly, I had the opportunity to see a clinic of comparable dimensions, and Francine just embraced the idea of people having access, of women having access to care. And with that, I'd just like to introduce our guardian angel, Francine LaFrak.
I mean, this would not be here without
Jim, his commitment to everyone, his belief in everyone, no matter who they are, and how he lifts people up by being who he is. So let's give him a round of applause. When you get out of prison, there are a lot of women that get out of prison that have not had proper gynecological care, dental care, and mental health care. And when Jim told me about this idea, I thought it was such a good idea, because how can you, when you get out of prison, feel like a person? How do you feel like a person? If you start to take care and have self-love and self-care, and someone is helping you to know about your health, you can start to feel like a person. And when you feel like a person, you can start to get training. And with training and education, you can develop a career and a job and transform your life. And the transformation of having a career and feeling I'm not invisible anymore. I have talent, and people need to recognize my talent, because that talent I can share with the world. And that talent is something I want to share with the world. But if you don't have the basics in healthcare to start you off on that journey, how are you going to get on that journey? So this was the beginning step of a journey. And my dream is to see all of you get not only healthcare, but training to use your talent to share with the rest of the world.
So the person who is a source of goodness, and I just want to recognize Constance Kuzi, our nurse navigator, and I just also recognize Michael Hayek, our facility director. Where's Emily Romer? Emily's in the back. Emily's like Miss Statistician. I also want to recognize my sister Sharon McGreevy, who works with our veterans. Thank you, Sharon. But Dr. Bachman regularly provides great leadership and will share her thoughts as to the struggles and challenges of women returning from prison and what NJRC does. Doctor?
I also have my because we go to end it together. And I think what I'd like to start with is that we want to be sure that one is just not released. They go out the door and they go, where am I? What am I doing? But rather, Constance and I go to and we talk with women who are looking at entry in the next 3 to 6 months, so that we can transition them, as Francine says, that they're going to need many, many services, especially services that deal with breast cancer, with addiction, with mental health, with obstetrics, pregnancy, if they're planning family building, with sexual and gender minority issues. We deal with everything. And one thing that the governor has already mentioned is we made sure that the medical intake forms are only seen by Constance and myself, because if I have issues like sexually transmitted infection, or if I feel that I'm a homosexual individual that I don't want anyone in the prison to know, the administration to know, that it's only seen by Constance and myself. And when we meet with the women, they tell us what are some of the issues, what are some of the concerns that they have, so that we get started on it right away. And we're actually allowed to bring a pad and pencil, because you really don't bring anything in to the prison. But they allow us to bring that in so we can take the notes that we need, and we bring the key to the lockbox. So everyone has our contact. They are able to get to us at any point, and we actually start the transition when they're just getting ready for reentry. And I don't know, Constance, if you just want to add anything, but it's really a team approach, and I think all of us being together, it really shows it. And I am many times more inspired by the individuals who I meet, rather than me being an inspiration to them. It's really a two-way street. Thank you.
I think Dr. Bachman said it all. But to tell you the truth, when it comes to days like this, I really get emotional when I get to see my females, the women I work with. To tell you the truth, I speak to them from Sunday to Saturday throughout the week. Sometimes I'm receiving phone calls 12 midnight. Some of them want to end it all. We speak to them, we encourage them. Listen, and when you listen to their past, they really have a traumatic past, highly emotional past. Some of them are victims of abuse. Some of them don't even know what it feels like to have a mother or a father because their parents were never there. And with such an individual, I spoke to somebody 2 weeks ago, and she told me, "Listen, Miss Constance, when throughout my life I thought I had a father, and then this man I thought was my father was actually my mother's boyfriend. He slept with me, molested me from age 5 to age 14 until I spoke to this guy. The guy told me, 'Listen, I'll take you to New York.' And he introduced me to a pimp. And I stayed with the pimp till age 21 until I got caught up with the law. Such an individual. Do we supposed to judge such a person? No, because whatever she did was as a result of the adverse childhood effect. She has nowhere to go. She doesn't even know what it means to be a parent. And to tell you the truth, this has really changed my mentality about parenting. So please, I really thank Ms. Francine LaFrak for the help. We are able to help these females. We are able to offer them health-related services because of the support you give us. God really bless you. And a Ghanaian will say Medas, which means God bless you and thank you.
Thank you. What would you say your background and your certification?
So I've really worked in different fields of nursing. Prior to becoming a nurse, I actually started in political science and linguistics for my bachelor's. And then I thought of, okay, I want to be a lawyer. That was the initial plan. Not knowing that was just a dream. It never happened. And then yes. So I did master's in business administration, then thought of, no, I think that's not my calling. I have to become a nurse. And I started all over again. So I've worked in different fields of nursing. And like I said, none of these fields break me like working with these women. They are part of my life. Like talking to them every day, I feel like they are just part of me. So currently, I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and that is really helping me to kind of support them because I have women who have issues of addiction, substance use disorders, and I'm able to help them accordingly.
Thank you. Great, Dr. Buckley. So we're going to hear from some of the women, and I'm just going to ask. So I always get into trouble. You guys know me. That happens more often than not. So I'm just going to. Who wants to come forward? Oh, okay. Amen. And so I just want to share. It's part of this. It's part of healing.
Good morning. My name is Letitia Watson.
Now, Letitia's a troublemaker.
I am not. You know, something that's very ironic. Today, I have to be honest, is the first day that I've met Dr. Bachman and Nurse Constance in person. And that is because they meet with us on Wednesday afternoon, right? And we talk about everything. When I came in, I was able to embrace them because they're already like my family. I can talk to them about anything. They are very, very supportive. And for mental wellness, for me, that is key. I think I heard someone talking about trauma when you were in the other room, and I myself suffer from childhood trauma. I've been dealing with Nurse Constance and Dr. Bachman for about 6 months. Just when I was completing the halfway house, Nurse Constance called me and she offered her services. And me, the person that I am, at first I said, I don't want to be hooked up to anybody else, you know. I'm finished, I don't know. But it was one of the best decisions I made in my life. You know, her voice was so calming and she was so reassuring. And, you know, I look forward to those texts that come in at 3:55 saying, ladies, come on, join the meeting, you know, because some days, you know, I really need to hear something. And it's not that we just talk about health things. they ask us what our goals are, how we intend to get to where we want to go. They are they give advice, and they are very, very supportive and encouraging. And I don't come to this clinic per se for any mental services, but like I said, Dr. Bachman and Nurse Constance are both wonderful people. And this is actually like the second time that I spoke, because Governor McCreevy might not even remember at the reentry program. It was in January of last year, I think. So, and through the reentry program, I was able to obtain a new birth certificate. I lived in New York, and they helped me change from New York to New Jersey with my driver's license. I had access to, computers and just all different services that they offer. And I didn't think I would be with this agency as long as I have been, but I encourage anybody that's new, just stay. Just stay, because they are also an intricate part of me staying sober. And I've been sober almost 2 years now.
Thank you. And I just can't thank enough Constance and Dr. Bachman, that this wellness center is just a source of healing and goodness. I didn't know if anybody else wanted to share. Okay. Amen. The Queen.
Hi, my name is Latoya Bland. So, I was incarcerated at NMAM. I was released August 31st. So I'm currently on an intensive supervision parole program. I was introduced to reentry through my eyes big. So since starting, this very beginning weekend, it has truly been a big impact on my life. I met some wonderful people in the process. I'm at a point in my life where, during my incarceration, maybe about 5 or 6 months in, that's when I realized that I no longer have a desire to want to use. So I can strongly stand here today and say that I, Latoya Bland, do not have a desire to want to use anymore. I truly am, and I am an amazing person. I have a heart of gold, and I look forward to giving back. I have also been clean and sober now for 1 year and 3 months. Thank you. Thank you. And so with that, I just truly look forward to participating in the reentry program and getting all that's good out of it for myself. Today, I'm strongly in tune with self. I'm very focused, and it's truly a blessing, and I'm grateful. And with that being said, a lot of times as females, we struggle with opening up and reaching out and talking. And that's something very important, that I feel like needs to be addressed. Even if you're scared, you have to start from somewhere. And reaching out is like the best thing you can do. It will change your life. At one point, that was me. I would hold back and hold back and hold back. But today, I can just open up and be Latoya Bland. And it's truly a blessing, and I'm grateful. And with that being said, no backward movement. I can only move forward and live life and achieve the goals that I want to achieve, and take it one day at a time. That's all I have to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Latoya. Let's get Maria, and you wind up. Thanks, Maria.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Maria Rivera, and I also have been formerly incarcerated. This has been an enormous gratitude to have partnership with the Governor's Training Center and also to have a wellness center. That there's not many people that come out and know where to go or what to do, and this is a place of, you know, togetherness and unity that you can prosper and get the proper care that you need. And once you can join with that and come out and they give you proper training, give you issues to take care, you know, a lot of activities, to be independent, to have some independence and some courage to take care of your responsibilities and give you training for you to be successful, because there's nowhere you can go to start off without having an income, without having proper training, health care, and any of that. And when you come here to the training center, you have that all conjoined, and you know, and you can progress in a lot of things. You have Hudson County Community College that's in participation with this organization. You have many activities that's here that you can choose. You can change your career. You can be more productive. I myself have been coming to the training center for over a year. I have also been to the wellness center, and the nurses is great, the doctors is great. Everyone that they have here are participants, and is the meaning of coming back into society and being the best person that you can be. You know, us as women, and they have men as well, and it's very important to have something to do on a daily task. You come home, you need somewhere to go, you need some type of activity, you know, you need to be back active with the community so you can communicate and respond to this new being incarcerated and being away from what's the new, and everything is like new technology, and you know the economy has changed and all these health crises. So there's a lot of things that you have to focus on, and this is the best place to start. You get a training, you get an advisor, you get an employment specialist. Where are you gonna get that for free? Nowhere. You're not gonna get any of all this in one package, in one bundle. And love and care and understanding, and it's free. You know, why not come and get some training and be independent and get the stuff that you need so you can be able to become a better you? You know what I mean? So we can be part of society so that stigma won't be on us anymore. You know, be educated, be, you know, more profound in every aspects of our lives. So we can have that, you know, that be more humble and be part of society again.
Maria, you clean up nice. Oh, now here's double trouble. Oh, Lord.
Hi, this is Alicia Bakara, and I'm from the Terry House, and I've dealt with drug abuse all my life, and I decided to become clean. So I have 1 year. And Miss Denise Caldwell, she works with us here in North New Jersey. She's a great director. She teaches us everything. And also led us to reentry. And reentry, in the beginning, I was like, okay, all right, when am I gonna get a chance to go? When am I gonna go? When am I gonna go? And finally, I went. Also, too, during my struggles of addiction, my son was also killed here in Newark, New Jersey, 5 months ago. And so I'm dealing with that. Also, too, I spoke to the mayor, governor, about the changes and the things that we need for Newark. The changes in, housing and different kind of schooling, better schools, for my grandkids, because it's hard out here in Newark. And I spoke to Wisconsin, and at reentry, and she let me know I'm here for you. During my mental health, you call me, you let me know if there's anything. And I was like, lady is not gonna pay no attention to me. She don't know me, so I can't explain it at all. And just the other day, I get a beautiful text from her, joining with the other women. I apologize for not joining in. I was a little bit tired from coming back from reentry. We was working. We was doing a lot of steps, you know, to get into this program, to get welding. I want to take that class. I want to take instruction. I want to take culinary.
One at a time.
I want to take so many different classes that they have, and you would think that women, you know, is not able to do these things, but we are. We're able to do it, and thanks to you, you know, in these programs, and all of y'all, that we can step in and help. So I just want to say thank you for letting us come. Thank you to my director, Ms. Denise Caldwell, for letting us know that the fight is not over. You have to believe, and you'll get there. Thank you.
So, and today's a really special announcement, and so I would just like to. So we understand that the challenge is always, and I want to thank our friends and supporters from LabCorp and some of the entire LabCorp team in the back who provide for blood testing. You don't have to clap too hard; they bill Medicaid. But the I'm gonna hear about that later. But in a special way, we have a great partnership with Hudson County, and with one person in particular, Director Frank Mazza. And so what we're about to launch an incredibly innovative partnership between New Jersey Reentry Corporation, Hudson County, and Rutgers Medical School, where Dr. Bachman teaches, and Dr. Petros Lavonis is chair of psychiatry at Rutgers Medical School and president of the American Psychiatric Association. So thanks to Dr. Lavonis, thanks to Frank Mazza, we've had a tremendous partnership. And I'd like to call upon Frank to explain what that partnership is. Frank?
So I don't think I'm going to be able to demonstrate the importance of this healthcare clinic and the training that goes on in this building on a human level any better than what was just said. So I'm going to focus on sort of the systems of care here. And I'm going to talk about New Jersey and the Affordable Care Act. So before the Affordable Care Act came, anybody who had certain criminal charges related to drugs was barred from receiving health insurance, Medicaid, for life. And because Jersey City, I think, has 1 mile, which is not a school zone, and Newark is very similar, a lot of the drug charges don't get downgraded. So a huge portion of the reentry population fell into this category for a very long time. And what happened was the population became conditioned to use the emergency room as their primary healthcare provider and to only use the emergency room when they were in crisis. Now, when you talk about the reentry population, you are talking about a large portion of people that have chronic health issues, heart disease, diabetes, mental health issues, which are not curable but can be treated and can remain stable, as well as a host of other things. So the federal government comes along, introduces the Affordable Care Act. They remove the barrier to health insurance to this population. But what they don't do is they don't teach them how to use the health insurance. And that's the importance of a primary care facility like this. Somebody gets a Medicaid card and they get a primary health care provider. They also get taught how to use that primary health care provider. So if you have diabetes, and you routinely check in with that healthcare provider, you will lower the cost to deliver healthcare to that person while you increase the level of care that is being provided to that person. That allows more money to come into Medicaid, that allows us to expand the systems and to help more people. It's a responsible way to use health insurance, and that's what this building is, a responsible way to provide for the reentry population. You get them stable, you get them on their meds, you treat their mental health issues. That speaks to employability, that speaks to job retention, right? And that speaks to how to use all of our systems of care in a responsible way under one roof. Mental health is probably the most difficult service to find when you talk about clinical services. That has a lot to do with the insurance companies. That has a lot to do with people going to medical school and going into the field of mental health is limited. But this population is in desperate need of mental health services. And through welfare, through Medicaid, through staff, and through combining the resources of the New Jersey Reentry Corporation and the county, I think we're going to be able to expand those services and deliver more mental health care to this population here. And I just want to wrap up by talking to the women who are enrolled in the program. There's a 16-year-old girl right now who's about to go down the same road you went down. They haven't made the decision like you have to change their lives, and they haven't attached themselves to any systems that will help them change their lives. But they will. They will get to where you are right now. And you're a success. Right? This stuff costs money. Nobody's going to put money into something that is not a success. Every time somebody is a success, it ensures that that 16-year-old girl, when she gets to where you are, this system will be here because it will continue to be funded. So this is built on your success, and I just want to say congratulations.
So that concludes our program. Typical of NJRC, we have 5 crawlers in the boardroom. We have some Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Let's fishes and loaves. We collected them, but I just want to say thank you to Francine LaFrak, the Wellness Center, and if I can just read, this was at the dedication. The Francine LaFrak Wellness Center. The Wellness Center is dedicated to the vision, mission, and philanthropic support of Francine LaFrak for her long-standing commitment to employment training, financial literacy, entrepreneurship of our women, and the wellness of New Jersey's court-involved persons. The Wellness Center will provide medical, behavioral, and dental diagnostic screenings, referrals, as well as nutrition and healthy lifestyle support. And that was in January 25th, 2022. And you see the benefits. So again, to our ambassadors, I just want to say thank you for coming to the New Jerusalem, New Jersey, and crossing the Red Sea of the Hudson River. And I want to say particularly thank you to Francine, to the women, to Constance, to Dr. Bachman, and to all of you, because this is about new beginnings. This is about transformation of lives. And as Frank said, as Dr. Mazza said, you need a place to do that. And that is this place. So we can retire into the conference room. Thank you and Godspeed.